federal government has just given the go-ahead for the first ever in-home DNA testing kit. Now, this is a big deal for anybody who wants to find out if they're predisposed to certain diseases. Right now, the new approval just covers testing certain ailments, but the FDA may expand it. With us now, Dr. Kevin Campbell from UNC's Department of Medicine. Dr. Campbell, welcome back to the show. Why did the government change its mind, my friend?
You know, I'm not so sure it's a complete change of mind as it is the beginning of a negotiation process. What has happened with 23andMe after they were put in the timeout chair in 2013 is now they're allowing them to test for one genetic disease because they've worked with the FDA to make sure that this test is reliable and valid.
You know, it's interesting you bring them up because they are behind this big, most recent move from the FDA, and we've had them on the show, and they make a very good argument for allowing people to do this. Are you in favor of people being able to have access to their own information about their own DNA?
I absolutely do. I don't think it's the government's role to regulate how much we know about our own bodies and what we're at risk for. Having genetic information is a powerful tool to motivate patients to reduce their cholesterol or exercise more if they know they're at risk for certain cancers or heart disease or other genetic diseases. I think that we absolutely deserve information like this.
Well, the FDA here only taking baby steps. What is the disease they're going to allow you to test for?
It's an incredibly rare genetic disease. It's called Bloom's disease. We see it, children are born with it, and they have a propensity to develop cancers. They have very sensitive skin. They can live normal lives, but they have to take care to screen for cancers and things like that. This test allows parents to see if they're carriers to decide if they want to risk a pregnancy if they both carry the trait.
So is that who should be buying the kit?
Right now, that is the only people that it's approved for, people who are worried that they are carriers for Bloom's disease. What I would like to see is more trials with the FDA, more cooperation with the FDA, so that 23andMe and maybe even some other competitors out there can come and bring these tests forward so that we have data as physicians and as patients to help decide how we live our lives.
You make a good point. The folks at 23andMe, what they want to do is bring together all this DNA information that they get from these kits. You spit in a tube, send it off to them, and then they feel like they can give this information to researchers who can come up with new solutions to old problems. Is that a good idea, or would that be some kind of security safety risk in that?
I don't think so. I think as long as the data is valid, this is going to help us create huge databases of genes and genetic defects. Personalized medicine is coming where everybody has their own genome on their iPhone one day. I really believe it. And we're going to be able to cater therapy to your exact genetic makeup. And I think we'll cure cancers and things of that sort with this technology.
Hope is alive. Dr. Campbell, thank you.
Thanks for having me, Gerri.
And a program